Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Shenanigans. You guys are in Coxport. You rest for the night. Unfortunately, you're going to have to put up your own payment for resting, as well as your own transportation back to the mainland.
Yep.
Because all the pieces of gold that you got are golden wisdom.
We got more gold from the goblins on the way here.
Yes, you did. Well then, it's the next day. Old Man Murray is nowhere to be seen. What would you guys like to do?
I go, well, this was absolutely a bust. And I still need to find a fountain expert.
Well, you want to look around this city?
I don't know, maybe. I keep wondering if it'd be better to go back to Woghorts or Wickfon Rorenta.
Well, we are already here. If you can't find anyone in those places, you never want to have to come back just for checking to see if anyone knows anything here.
Was that a question directly for me?
No, I'm just saying, like, if you're already here, you don't want to have to come back if nobody else anywhere else knows anything.
Wait, I've got... Let's see if I can fix this here. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I had started listening to the My Little Pony thing, and then I was trying to get it to turn off. I was like, wait, it's still going. I closed the window because I guess it had come up on a Firefox tab instead of on a... I was like, why am I still hearing it? I'm not going to be able to hear the rest of this conversation.
So, okay. What is your statement,
so sorry,
Joe?
I missed the last thing Nick said because I was hearing Patton Oswalt and couldn't figure out how to get him to be quiet.
All right. So, if you can't find the answers in Berkshire or Wickthron Rorenta, you may just want to check here one day, so you might as well check now.
Yes, as long as we're here, I suppose. I'll ask at the tavern. Are there any kind of magical experts here?
One of the people in the tavern immediately stands up and says, "Yes, I am a magical expert. I am the great wizard Daffodil."
Yes.
What can I do for you, lowly citizen?
Would your expertise happen to fall into constructed aquatic magical constructions?
Constructed aquatic magical constructions? That sounds a little bit redundant. Fountains. That's like saying ATM machine. It's ridiculous.
Yes, and yet people do it.
And those people all deserve to be put down for the betterment of the species.
Them and the people who say espresso.
He gives a curt nod of agreement. Magical constructs. Yes, I know much about golems. And
in particular, magical fountains.
Do a side look.
That's what it is.
Sort of fountains are you involved with? I've never known a magical fountain to be uncomplicated in its nature. You better tell me now before things get out of hand. What have you done?
I was dropping my son off at Woghorts. We were having a discussion about his grades. You see, he wasn't trying, and I think everything's been going downhill since he got sorted into the Mufflepuffs. And they're just a bunch of slackers. They might as well just brand an L on their foreheads when they sort him into that house. Anyway, so I was telling him about his grades. He needed to bring them up if he was going to be, and just explaining to him that I didn't have the opportunity to get a magical education when I was a kid, and pointing out all the sacrifices I was making in order for him to have this opportunity. And
Point of order, young man.
Yes.
You don't look old enough to have a child.
That's what I'm getting to. So he was, of course, being disrespectful. So I stormed in there. We dragged him along, and they have this big fountain in the courtyard there. And apparently, he sat down on one side of the fountain after I dropped him off, and I sat down on the other side of the fountain. And I just said, "Oh God, if I could just go and live his life for him, and if he could just see what it was like from my perspective, and I could, if he could just start living his life the way I would if I had all those opportunities." And apparently he was thinking something similar on the other side about being big or something. And we got, I think they call it the Freaky Friday effect.
I see. I know what's happened here. I can offer you some wisdom and some help for a fee up front. He pulls out a piece of paper.
Absolutely understandable.
And begins to write out an agreement. It says that the contractor, which is himself, and the contract will provide whatever advice and help that he can provide to the contractee, which is you, for the service of 20 pieces of gold.
Done and done. I need that. I need to get that. I cannot let things slide on the Spiegel quest.
Come with me. We must go to my magic sanctuary. And he leads you out of the tavern, down the road, through some twisted back alleyways, into this like subterranean, like it's like a basement level apartment. It's just got like the windows that look out over at like the ground floor level, at the street level. And goes in here and lights some candles. And as the candles come up, you can see large pillows and blankets spread out all over the place. There's fabrics covering the walls. It looks like very cozy, kind of like an adult ball pit, but with like pillows instead of balls. It's that sort of like big, cozy. Well, actually, it's a small room. It's like 10 by 10, but it's like filled with blankets and pillows. You can't even see the floor. Our wizard motions for you to sit on one side, pulls out a small table from one corner, sets it down in the middle, puts a glass ball on it, and extends his hands, one to his left and one to his right, and motions for you two to take his hands and hold hands yourselves.
All right. I look a little doubtful, but I do it.
The magical effect that has cursed you so does not belong to any fountain. No fountain has that sort of power. Something or someone has expressly targeted you. Or just done this out of curiosity or being a prankster, and you just happen to be two people nearby that
Flanagan. It's got to be Flanagan. She wanted that partnership. She's always had her eye on that office.
He takes your hands and squeezes them tight and says, "And how does it make you feel that another person is out for the same promotion as you?"
I don't know. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel like a challenge. It makes me feel like I want to take her down.
So, in your words, it feels good to be in the body of your son.
No, it feels good to have a challenge, to have somebody to take down at work.
But you don't like that she has put you in this position. You like that she is challenging you, but you don't like the challenges she's presenting you.
So I've got to win this. I've got to get back to my own body so I can seal the deal with the Spiegel quest. And who knows how my son is messing it up right now.
And what is a Spiegel quest?
It's a quest. We were hired by Spiegel. He's a quest contractor. People come to him. He doles out quests to various adventuring companies.
The famous Spiegel Siegel?
Why, yes.
Poor Nick. Now, from what I know about the world infamous Siegel, is that he's quite particular about the people he works with. Let me ask you, have you ever worked on a ship?
I have not.
Have you ever worked on a train?
A train?
A train.
You mean a giant metal box with wheels and moves on an iron track and hasn't been invented yet? No, I haven't. I do speak Japanese, however.
Oh, that's actually quite helpful. Yes. Spiegel Siegel is also known to speak a lot of Japanese. I think he got it in his training. Tell me, have you ever been an officer of the law? Or worked within the law in some way? As a lawyer, a cop, constable?
No, look,
Have you ever considered yourself to be above the law?
Well, no, look,
Are you particularly hard to kill?
I feel like there's a lot of three-word phrases coming.
Siegel is known to have to not like to work with people who are out for justice. Is that something that you have considered yourself to be?
Look, this quest is really important, and everybody knows
in any way, shape, or form
is hard to please.
Let's see. Yes, quite hard to please indeed. Perhaps you're not enough of a patriot for him. Would you consider yourself a patriot?
Look, all these questions right now, I feel like I'm under siege.
He nods. Most foreigners do when they come into Coxport. It's a dangerous town with a dangerous man who runs it. For those of you who might not be catching this, we're just naming Steven Seagal movies at this point. Oh, God, Shenanigans is such a mess. I love this game. All right.
It's great because I don't know movies at all. So.
Oh, there's some really good Steven Seagal movies, like the older ones.
They're all pretty much three-word phrases.
Above the law, out for justice, on deadly ground, marked for death, the Glimmer Man, fire down below. Half past dead, mercenary for justice, born to raise hell. Code of honor. Right. Anyway, okay. Our mage here, he's gathered you around. You paid him. The contract's been written. He nods a few times as so. It seems to me that this Siegel is the one who Freaky Friday'd you.
What? Why would he sabotage his own contract?
Perhaps he didn't want you working on the job. Perhaps Siegel doesn't want you working for him or with him or on his case. You might have made an enemy of him at some point in time that you did not know. Think back. Is there anything you've done that Siegel would be unhappy about?
I don't know. I've done a lot of quests working for Sloan and Meacham. I mean, there was that one time we went against the dark. We fought the Shadow Man. and his dragon squad. I don't know, but I don't know what that would have to do with him. Unless he was the Shadow Man.
Breaking for me. Everything is breaking. Hello? I think my browser has crashed. Oh, there we go. Okay, perfect. So he shakes his head one more time.
We finished him off, but we must have left him half past dead.
It's most unfortunate. Well, I think I've done all that I can for you, but do not seek a fountain manufacturer. You must find out why Spiegel Siegel does not like you. Either that or the original person. What did you call her? Rhonda? Flanagan? Yes, it's either that or this Flanagan lady. But Spiegel Siegel is known to have problems with people.
But if it is Spiegel Siegel, then Nick is out there on that quest. You'll never get the Spiegel quest. Nick is on that quest right now. He took off as soon as he took over my body. He said, "Ha! Now I finally get to stay up as late as I want and smash things with a mace." And he took off and left me. And he said, "Why don't you do the homework?" He's on that quest right now. Nick is in danger.
Yes. No child should be sent out on a quest for Spiegel Siegel. It probably involves a lot of sketchy things, maybe some Cuban mobsters. I would be very careful.
Spiegel might be out to kill him. He's really in the belly of the beast now. Poor Nick, he could be in Under Siege 2 dark territory.
Well,
I've got to rescue my son.
That sounds like we've concluded our deal. I'll take my money now, thank you.
Here's your 20 gold.
He takes his 20 gold. All right. And I think you guys are going to head back to Berkshire?
I first head over to Average Joe. I'm like, Joe, you're the only adventuring party I've got. I've got to save my son.
All right. What's going on?
My son is on my body out on the Spiegel quest right now, and it may be that Spiegel has it out for him.
But why would he have it out for your son?
There's any number of reasons. Not even the trees know.
What would your son have possibly done?
My son hasn't done anything. Apparently, he's driven to kill me. Spiegel is a dangerous man.
All right. Why were you working for him then?
It was a contract. The company, the adventuring company, took the contract.
All right. Well, how can I help?
We're going to have to get back to Berkshire and then pick up the trail, get on that quest, and somehow figure out how we're going to body switch so I can save my son.
Okay. Let's get going then.
All right. So you guys are just heading back to Berkshire or where?
Yeah, Berkshire, maximum pace.
All right. Okay, it will cost you like 4 silver to get from Coxport to Kershwick. There's many shuttles that go back and forth all the time. So it's cheap.
Done and done.
And you immediately begin your way back to Berkshire. You get maybe a quarter of the way there that day. And let's get our forest music. Can I get perception checks from both members of the party?
Absolutely. It's not going to be good, though.
That's fine. The lower, the better. Oh, average, Joe. Why do you keep rolling so high? I mean, your stats might be average, but your rolls are through the roof, man. All right, average Joe. Yeah, you see there's this big pit trap right in front of you. It's poorly decorated. You spot it right away.
Oh, careful.
Decorated? They decorate their pit traps?
Disguise, decorate. I feel like there's a lot of crossover there.
Camouflage?
That might work as well.
All right. Well, there's a pit trap that somebody set up here. Should probably poke it with a stick.
We don't have time for this. We have to get back. Nick is in trouble.
I'll poke it with my spear.
Let's just go around it.
Well,
Wait a minute.
It takes a minute.
The triple pit trap gambit. You see the poorly camouflaged pit trap in the middle of the road, and they want you to go around. Figure you'll just go around to either side, and that's where the cleverly camouflaged pit traps are.
Oh,
don't bother poking the middle pit trap. Check around the sides.
I'll just poke everywhere in front of me as I walk.
All right. You eventually poke the pit trap that you see and easily make your way around it. And no, it's just the single pit trap. But when it becomes apparent that you guys have avoided it and moved on, you hear this kind of like sobbing cries coming from slightly off the road. Just kind of like a...
Oh, dear Lord. Go learn to build a better pit trap. Take some pride in your craft.
Can we see what's sobbing?
No, you can't see what's sobbing. Whatever it is well hidden. But you hear the sobs.
I look over at Joe. Oh, dear Lord. Just go and do it already.
All right.
We both know you're going to.
I'll head towards the sobbing.
It is the same ogre that you saw like 3 days ago.
What's going on, buddy?
I'm so hungry. I need to eat people, but everyone keeps avoiding my pit traps. You're the third group of people in the last hour to see this. What's wrong with my pit traps? Why can't I just catch people and eat them?
Well, you can't eat anything else.
I tried to eat people in Berkshire, but they ran me out.
Well, there's a lot of adventurers from that town. Why do you need to eat people, though? Couldn't you eat anything else?
Like what?
Well, a goat.
I mean, you could eat kale, right? Do you want to eat kale?
I don't know what kale is.
Do you want to eat cauliflower?
Sure.
Really?
From a farm, yeah.
Oh. Was intentionally picking something that is edible but untasty that you would not want to eat. I can eat things other than people, but they're so delicious. It's so good.
Well, I mean, that's like, eating the best thing you possibly can for every meal. It's no real way to sustain that. I mean,
well, see, the ogre's dried his eyes by now. His crying has stopped.
I'm gonna walk up. You ogre, why don't you get a job so that you can pay for something to eat?
Ogre shakes his head at you. Get a job. Right. Like it's that easy. Who's gonna hire me, huh? Who?
I will.
Oh, what for?
I need to rescue my son.
Okay. Is your son particularly plump?
No, he's
Good,
not. We're
good.
not.
You don't
getting
want
people.
You wouldn't. No, right? No, but
You can use your pay to get mutton, however. Or sushi.
fine. Your son's nice and healthy, right? Good muscle tone, not a lot of excess weight, right? Meaty feller.
Look, I need a tank. You're all I've got.
The ogre checks his hit dice, shakes his head at you, and says, "There's a reason I have to dig pit traps. I have 5 hit dice, but I only have 8 hit points. It makes me the weakest ogre in the world."
Oh, dear Lord. Average Joe has more than you. So does
There's
that
a
donkey.
reason I dig pit traps, guys. I'm sorry, I only have 4 plus 1 hit dice. So, I only have... Oh god, 2, 3, 4, 5... I only have 6 hit points.
Yes, let's HP Zen.
I only have 6 hit points.
Oh. Buddy, I think you may have to accept that you're not going to be able to really catch people and you're going to have to settle for
No,
goats.
I'll dig a bigger pit patch. It's fine. Thank you guys for helping me to get to Berkshire the other day, and thank you for, well, making me feel even worse about myself. Now I'll know for certain what I need to do to. I gotta dig a pit trap so deep that even if people see it, they'll still fall into it. That's what I'm gonna do.
I go,
All right.
dear Lord, you're the size of a haystack. Just go into town, get a job moving big things that other people can't, and then use the money to get mutton.
Shakes his head at you and says, "A man like you could never understand what happens for a man like me. You can't just yell at people to get jobs. It doesn't fix anything. The system doesn't work that way."
Have you
Listen,
tried
they've
getting a
got
job?
a dock down there in Kershwick. They've got big, heavy boxes that need to be loaded and unloaded from ships. You are the biggest. Even if you only have 5 hit points, you can still lift and move heavy things.
Right, like someone down
Better
on the
than other
docks is going to
people.
hire an ogre. You know how racist people are.
Have
No
you
one
tried?
will ever hire than me.
Have you
When was the
tried?
last time
I
you
just
tried to fly?
to hire you.
Huh? Have you ever tried
I just
to fly?
tried to hire you.
Then you...
Yes, I've succeeded. Murdoch's feathery flyer.
Shakes his head at you. I'll never
All right,
get it.
Listen, the people in Berkshire are actually a lot more accepting of the various races.
When you don't try to eat them.
Yeah, you could definitely get a job down in the dock there.
There's no docks in Berkshire. Don't be ridiculous.
There's a river. There's some docks.
Never heard of it?
Neal,
A
that's
lot of
on the
people
map.
haven't for some reason, but it's the source of the Bird River.
Well, the ogre just kind of starts walking alongside of you guys, chatting with you as you head back to Berkshire. It'll take you another day and a half to arrive, but eventually you do.
Okay.
I'll point out the Berg River to him as since we essentially cross it.
The ogre thanks you and heads off down to the Berg River. Oops. And you guys are back in Berkshire. It's wonderful.
I'll wait a while, actually, around the dock area to see if he tries to eat people or get a job.
No, he definitely heads down to the docks, tries to get a job, and you see him like walking away dejectedly, head held low, kind of headed your direction.
Well,
He sees you, sniffles a bit. I tried, but they said it's a union job, and I'm not in the union, so I can't work there.
Why don't you join the union? I can't believe I just said that.
He shakes his head. Union doesn't cover health insurance for someone my size.
Do you have health insurance now?
He shakes his head.
do you need it?
He looks at you aghast.
Of course he does. He's only got 5 hit points.
Where do I get this health insurance for Zen?
You need to use the ACA, the Affordable Cleric Act.
Oh my god.
He nods at you. Goes, but I think it's getting gutted pretty soon, and the premiums are gonna rise, and I won't. If I don't work well enough, I won't be able to afford the premiums, let alone the deductibles.
Look, you're gonna have to do something now because the current ridiculous king has cut the enrollment period into the Affordable Cleric Act in half, and now you only have until December 15th.
I know. I've been trying to. It's been a process. It's quite difficult. But he thanks you
Tell you
kindly.
what, I'll hire you. You can on this quest. You can help move things. Then I guess, even if you can't tank, we're probably going to need things carried.
Thank you. And he follows you around. How much are you going to pay this ogre, Mr. Contract Man?
Let's work this out. All right. What is a payment, like a normal payment for a porter or like a dock worker kind of payment a day?
Day laborers, like the minimum amount someone will accept per day is like 1 silver a day for like raw, unskilled, untrained labor, like picking up someone outside of the Home Depot and having them like dig trenches in your house. That's a silver a day is bare minimum pay. So you can decide how much you want to offer him from there.
All right, I go. About 2 silver a day. You're big. I assume you can carry a lot of stuff. You are normally strong for an ogre, right?
18-100 strength, just 5 HP.
Excellent.
All right.
All right. Gotta find out where the Spiegel quest was going. You kept it all secret before we headed out. They're never going to talk to me down at Sloan and Meacham. I'm going to have to see if Desmond knows everything that goes on in this town, adventure-wise.
He does. He really does.
It also allows me to foist things off on Neal.
Hold on, Neal.
Yes.
No, okay, never mind.
All right.
I don't know what I was thinking.
So, ogre fella, what's your name?
Tamara.
Are you an ogre girl?
She nods.
Sorry, I hadn't realized.
She shakes her head. It's this sort of institutionalized and systemic racism that prevents true equality from happening between ogres and humans and other more regular-sized humanoids. You can't even tell our men and women apart. How are we supposed to...
Because you want to eat us.
No, that has nothing to do with it. It's unrelated.
All right. Anyway, Tamara, I think we're gonna have to get you a better name.
What's wrong with Tamara?
Well, it's fine. We want to use it with your friends, but if you're gonna be moving around with an adventuring company. Maybe you need something a little more intimidating.
What?
I don't know. Skull splitter or something like that.
It sounds so gross. What about Johanna? Who was like the name Johanna?
It's tougher than Tammy. All right.
Okay.
What do we call you, Johanna the Club?
Could I be... Yeah, I'll take Johanna the Club. That sounds good.
Okay, you got a club?
No.
All right, we'll have to get you a club. Anyways, right now, first thing we got to go down to meet Desmond.
All right. You walk in to Shenanigans. Desmond makes a perception check, and the band is playing. Lutes and Lyres is here. Desmond comes around the table, arms folded over his chest, and he stares at you, Elliot, right in the eyes.
I meet his gaze as any 80s businessman would, and I extend my hand in a firm handshake.
He takes your hand kind of close and gives like a tug. Give me an opposed strength check to see if Desmond can throw you off balance. Oh, he gets like a 31 though.
Oh yeah, I can't get that unless I get a 20.
You forgot about the sword.
I did pretty well.
So he jerks you off balance using the Evil King's handshake. And whispers, "Give it back now."
What?
He draws a dagger from his side in his other hand. Final warning.
I have nothing from here that I didn't pay for.
All right, Desmond makes an attack at you. Actually, maybe we should roll initiative. Why don't we roll initiative? The first time any player character has ever fought Desmond.
He's going to stab a 12-year-old kid.
Your 12-year-old kid. That's right. Hold on. No, it's fine. It's fine. Actually, it's legit. Yeah, he's going to stab a 12-year-old kid. Yeah. D10
You're
plus...
sure Desmond's going to stab a 12-year-old kid?
Well, Desmond's going to stab you. That's for certain. Roll me that initiative.
I'm not rolling initiative, by the way.
All right, you're going to do it?
I'm not rolling
Okay.
initiative.
I was going to be like, really? More people are entering this.
Yeah. I just beat him.
What did you roll the +0 for?
Because I get a -1 to spell speed.
From
An ability I bought. It's cleric.
Hold on.
Is there actually just like a straight -1 to...
I think there is, but
There
doesn't
is
it say
indeed.
it's a minimum of 1 or
Oh,
something?
does it say?
I think it may, but you'll have to check.
Is that a racial or class ability?
Cleric.
All right, so it's in the
Class.
spells and magic?
Spells and or skills and powers.
It's in skills and powers? Okay. Fucking Eric nonsense.
Well, it's just a -1 to.
But there's like a 4th level
To
spell
speed.
or a 3rd level spell that gives a -1 to the initiative of like spells of levels 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, I guess it's still a 1, so we tie.
Okay.
It says casting reduction. A cleric spell casting time is reduced by 1. All spells still retain a minimum casting time of 1.
Okay,
Yeah.
excellent. You guys go at the same exact time, and Desmond is going to shank you with his dagger.
I can't believe he's attacking a 12-year-old kid.
I know. The natural 12. What's your AC?
I'm assuming since I'm not actually. Well, no, I guess that would still count the weapon and shield style. So.
I mean, if you don't have a weapon or
And
shield in your hands, then the weapon and shield style doesn't apply.
All right, in that case, it is 19.
Because his... Wow! What are your stats? What's your dex?
Is 18.
That's what I thought. How do you keep rolling these 18s?
I didn't roll an 18. I'm an elf. I get a +1.
All right.
I had 2 17s, and you would have been able to see all of it as legit if Nick hadn't apparently rolled like 100 stats. But I did it last night on...
All right.
Or maybe it was even this morning.
That's fine.
Yeah, I think it was this morning I even rolled it.
So Desmond's natural 12, after accounting for level and strength, becomes like a 31. And, any other effects that might exist out there. So that's a single crit, because it clears by 10. And Desmond, that's not a 4. 4 plus 2 plus 2 is 8 points of damage to you with the knife in the gut.
All right, I'm at 0.
Desmond takes his sword off of you and walks behind the bar.
Well, I'm unconscious then?
Yep. Desmond.
0.
0 is unconscious, but you're not bleeding out. You're totally fine. You're not even in danger of anything. You're just unconscious
Desmond.
for a while. Hey, what can I get you? Beer? Bourbon?
Yeah. Can I have a beer? And am I allowed to patch that guy up?
He looks over at him. Why don't you flip for it? Heads you can, tails you can't. I don't know. Fine, go ahead. Maybe we should just break his bones. What do you think's a fitting punishment for him? For a thief?
What'd he steal?
My longsword, my magic longsword, my +5 Vorpal sword.
Oh. Did he know what it was?
I mean, like, who accidentally steals a +5 Vorpal sword? Yeah, exactly. It's clearly he meant to do it, but he also walked right back in with it strapped to his side, or his back, or some part of his body.
It was wrapped in a blanket.
For like a week? How do you carry a sword wrapped in a blanket?
I specifically said I wrapped it in a blanket.
I did hear you say that, but I find it a little difficult to imagine a person carrying a sword wrapped in a blanket for like a week. Or 1, 2,
Why?
3,
I wasn't going to strap it to my side.
4, 5.
I can't use it.
But where is it on your person? Like a
I
sword
just said it
wrapped
was
in
like sticking out of the backpack.
Yeah,
I
so
stuck
like...
it in the backpack, but it's sticking out.
Okay. So, but if I like wrap this piece of wood in this blanket that I have here, because I have everything right around me, and I'm walking around, eventually, like, the top's gonna fall apart or open up a little bit, and whatever's up here will become slightly visible. So at the bare minimum, it's not going to stay very well hidden if you're just carrying this around all the time. And that's if you've detected it with his eyes by spotting it on your character. But there are many other ways Desmond could have spotted it or known about it.
Bigger question is how did Glibglob have access to it?
Desmond was staring at his wife lovingly and had his sword just like set down at the side, and Glibglob just took it when Desmond was entranced by his wife's gaze.
I didn't steal it. It was brought to me. I ordered a bourbon. I got a sword.
I totally understand your argument, but I think you got to understand Desmond's argument too. Anyway, you're at 0. And Joe, Desmond's asking you what the fitting punishment is for a sword thief.
Well, how'd he get it?
He gives a bit of a shrug. Doesn't matter. He took it. It's not his. He knew it wasn't his.
Well, I mean, if he brought it right back to you.
Not intentionally. He didn't come back and say, hey, here's the sword I took. He came back and then denied that he had it on him. Liar. A cheat and a thief.
Maybe you should,
Maybe we should give him a tattoo. That's what we're gonna do. In order to punish this guy, will take a tattoo. We'll get a big L tattooed on his forehead. That'll be the duty.
Hold on. I do see a bit of an issue. As far as I understand, his soul has been swapped with his son, so that's his son's body.
Oh, right. Layla told me about that detail. Right.
Right. So,
okay, so maybe no tattoo. Well, but he might not ever. I mean, what are the chances they're actually going to get their souls swapped back? I mean, really, he's probably stuck in this body forever.
Still, do you want to take the chance of accidentally tattooing an L on an innocent kid's forehead?
I mean,
you got the sword back.
You make a good point, but he does need to pay for his crime in some way.
Why don't we let him wake up and you interrogate him?
To what end?
Just get all the info you want out of him, and then...
Well, I don't have any information I want out of him. I just wanted my sword back, and then now I have it.
So...
Interrogation isn't punishment.
Yeah, it can be. Torture, interrogation.
Oh, God, I'm not going to torture the man. That's... I say we get the tattoo.
Wait, I got an idea. From what I understand, he said he's going to... Well, he made a deal with Layla for her to do this kid's homework while he is trapped in the kid's body. And it also turns out the son wasn't really interested in learning about magic. He was a real slacker. And
so you're saying we make him do all of Layla's homework?
He's not a mage. Do you really want Layla failing? No.
All right.
Hear me through.
All right.
So it seems like he's more of the one that really wants this boy to succeed in mage school. So what if we just have Layla stop doing the homework? That way his son fails, which he was going to do anyway, but it really punishes the father because, I mean, the father was the one driving the kid to, well, try to succeed.
Doesn't really seem like much of a punishment. Seems really minor and inconsequential. I don't think he'll get the lesson from that.
Crushing his dreams of having a successful son?
Could just... No, can't kill. I like that tattoo idea, but maybe not on the face. Let's just get, like... Let's get Borsch involved in all this. Borsch! What sort of punishment do you think would be fitting?
You need something magical. You need him to be branded with magic that, if the bodies are swapped back, can be taken off of the kid.
Ooh, I like this. What if we cast Magic Mouth on him under the conditions that every morning when he wakes up, a mouth appears on his forehead and says, "I'm a thief," 3 times. And that way he's just reminded of his stealing every single day. And he has to live with his guilt.
That'd work. You could be undone.
No, it'll take a permanency spell. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I know a guy who owes me a big favor. Seems like just the right place. And so he goes out and gets his friend to cast Magic Mouth and Permanency on you. No in-game effects. You're totally fine. You don't have like a weird tail. Your stats aren't destroyed. But every morning when you wake up, a mouth will appear on your forehead and say, "I'm a thief. I'm a thief. I'm a thief." And then it'll disappear. And that, Elliot, is your punishment for stealing. Dun, dun, dun.
I won't have a problem with that because I know it was an exchange. It was a great deal. And I paid for it. 5 whole copper.
Alrighty then.
Some people just don't like it when they get the bad end of a deal. At some point, do I wake up here?
Yeah, at some point you will wake up.
And I heal myself.
All right. You can be at full HP from the heals. You guys can take pretty much as long as you need to rest up because you're just hanging out here at...
I don't have time to rest up.
Well, you also don't have time to go save your son on an epic quest that I haven't even figured out how to make happen in the next 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So do either of you have any personal goals that you'd like to achieve for your characters? Aside
Saving
from
my son.
If you save your son, then your character has to retire. I mean, I guess that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, but then Joe doesn't have much. He's just out to go adventuring, and he just tries to help people. So,
well, Joe's a really nice and good person.
Yeah.
And
this isn't Fallout 4. I'm not going to wander around doing side quests while my son is in danger.
That's exactly what you do.
That's exactly what you did. You helped an old man deliver a birthday card to his niece and didn't get paid for it.
Well, the plan was to get paid so that I could get money to get body switched back. I didn't know my son was in danger from Spiegel.
And then you need to build like enough to get a settlement, and then you need this, and then you need that, and you eventually wind up doing every quest in the game.
And then you're like, oh, I can. I need to pick up this weapon.
Listen, I'll be prepared as soon as I get this one specific shotgun with this one specific legendary trait to it.
Look, I've got to build 5 industrial water purifiers and then keep accumulating water until I have enough that I can go to the vault and buy the Overseer's Guardian, which will...
Only 5? I filled the entire river full of them.
I'm talking early game. You got to get it early game so that you only work with the Overseer's Guardian. The thing is, you have to have the early Overseer's Guardian from the beginning so that you completely dominate everything. It's just so fun one-shotting everything with the Overseer's Guardian.
All right. I think that's gonna wrap us up for today, guys. Congratulations on succeeding today's adventure. I know it was a little bit different. We'll just see how this would go, and I had fun. I think I enjoyed my NPCs more than they needed to be enjoyed. I think they were kind of stupid, but I really liked my old man Murray, and
that was great.
Good. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it too. Or at least I'm glad you enjoyed it. I don't know if Rob had a good time. I think our Steven Seagal movie names probably carried it though.
I've got to save my son.
Yeah. Well. All right, everybody. You guys want experience points, don't you? Hey, why don't we do some of that?
That would be helpful.
All right, so today's
Since we didn't get any money.
You got a bunch of gold from the goblins. Yeah.
I got 4.5 gold for the goblins, and then had to spend 20.
That's not no money, all right? That's 450 copper.
Money.
It's 450 copper. It's quite a bit.
It's negative money.
It's more money than you've ever paid for upkeep at Shenanigans.
Listen, you got money, and then you had to pay like a bunch for your own personal things. That's not getting money. That's getting money and then deciding to spend it.
He knows what he's talking about. So today's quest was not worth very much. Getting the old man to Kershwick was like worth 100. Getting him to Coxport was worth another 100. Fixing his relationship with his family, which was impossible, would be worth like 10,000 experience. But you did get him to go back and at least try. So we'll give you another 100 for that. You got the girl birthday gifts. I'll give you 100 experience for the birthday gifts for the girl. You helped the old man with the turnip truck, and you piled the turnips back into it.
He wasn't old.
Damn, I keep saying old. He was a regular person. He was just a regular, everyday, ordinary, regular guy. So riding his turnip truck was worth 100. Putting the turnips back in was worth 100. Helping the ogre find directions was worth 50. Helping the bugbears and goblins sort out their deals was worth 150.
Hey, I got Yoda into
any
there.
extra experience for helping him with the donkey pull it to his destination?
Yeah. We'll toss on 50 there. Oh, the mime. You had him return his money. That's worth 100. You encouraged him to pursue his dreams of miming. That's worth 50. You hired the ogre for a job, the poor ogre who had to trap people to get food. That's worth 100. So all done. Actually, this is 1,100 experience divided by 2 people is 550 experience each. Good job, everybody. That's well done. Yeah.
That's a fairly typical amount for Shenanigans.
Yeah. Certainly
with
fun
the 10%
episode.
bonus, it's another 55, so 605.
Wait a minute. Aren't you multi-classed?
No.
I
You
thought
can just
Nick
get
said that
wizard
you
spells.
are one of every class, that you were
No.
quad
I
class.
just-
No, Nick said that, but that's not what I am.
Yeah, I was
Okay,
just like,
okay.
oh, you must be like one of every class. No, he's just in the cleric, Neal.
I
Got
can
it,
tell
got
you
it,
what
okay.
I am, but it'll only upset you.
You know what? Just save it. Surprise me later. I'll just be upset about it then. I don't need to feel upset about it the whole time.
I've got a whole Excel sheet for it.
Dear.
So I guarantee you it's legit. I just figured if I sent it to you, you never look at my characters anyway.
I don't.
And if you did, it would just upset you.
All right. Well, we'll leave it as is then.
But it's completely legit.
Sure it is, Rob.
Nick knows what I did.
Yeah, no, I pretty much know what you did.
Is it legit, Nick?
Honestly, yeah, it is. Clerics honestly
Clerics
get so
are
many
the
points.
best. Everything.
Like, it's true, Neal. Clerics get so many points and skills and powers. You could buy like access to every single cleric school, or just get all wizard schools, or just have like fire HP. And
See,
like
I
AC.
assumed that you could only get one wizard school. So I was like trying to stay legit that way.
is there anything in there that actually says you can't buy that thing more than once?
I don't think it actually says you can buy it more than once. So I was trying to stay legit.
Oh, okay. So yeah, just access to one wizard school, then a bunch of cleric schools and all that. So
Let me see. But see, the thing is, clerics are also, by doing this and getting alteration spells, clerics are also excellent rogues
yeah.
with spider climb and.
All right, guys, that's it for Shenanigans.
The difference between an average Joe fighter and a broken cleric.
Yeah.
Yeah, a cleric is the best everything. I used to never play clerics. I thought they were lame until I actually built my first one in skills and powers. Wait a minute, they're the best at everything.
Yep.
Oh, all right, everybody, we're out of here. We will see you next week with more Shenanigans, or if you head over to twitch.tv/DND at 6 o'clock Pacific, we will have some Heroes Graveyard, or noon on Sunday, we will have some Frozen Frontier here.
Ooh.
Take care, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.
Adios.